Alright, good afternoon, solar YouTubers. Today is Tuesday, February 17th of 26. I've been trying to make this video for a couple days to just keep going on the rant. So, I can set my panels up against my gate there, and I can take a security rope like you put around a bicycle, but have a real long one, and wrap it around the frame and wrap around the post there, wrap around the post there, so during the daytime they're not going to grab a hold of my panel and take off with it. Okay, that just ain't going to happen. And only bring the panels out when it's nice and sunny. As you can tell now, it's not. Start of the show. There she is. There she is. That's what I was thinking on that part. Yeah, so here on this, what I'll talk about here on the panels. See how that's going back around there. So just take that cord back behind there, run it across there, wrap it around the pole, and bring it down on the bottom, and then wrap around the other pole and put a padlock on it. That's the only thing I know to do that. And then when it comes to this one, I got to move the brackets and have them running across because they're just they're real flimsy on that metal. So this needs to be going across that way. That'd be what, horizontal? Yeah. And then I can do it to that panel too. And it's just going to suck bringing the panels up and down the stairs all the time, but it is what it is. It's a beautiful kitty girl. Isn't she pretty? Aren't you pretty? She wants held. That's what she wants. There we go. She wants held. She's a big baby. Yeah, she is. So trying to hold her and do the video same time is hilarious. She's gonna jump off onto her. Yep. So that's about it. I did use my new wave today, but I have it plugged into the VEVOR. And so basically I'm still on the grid, but I'm using through the VEVOR. And I came home to use the bathroom, so I'm not home for a day. A few of my stops are just right down the road here. Hold on a second. All right, I want to show you this. This is my monitoring system for the VEVOR. It takes forever to load. I want to show you that the power issue I have here. The VEVOR was kicking on and off this morning, but yesterday I happened to look at this because I have no solar coming in at all. So it's the grid or it's the battery. So as you see here, red is battery power. So what this means is that somehow the grid had a power surge or a brownout, and the VEVOR kicked off when it switched to the battery mode because it wasn't receiving enough AC or the right AC or something, because I have a lot of power surges and brownouts here. I have a couple of videos on this. I even have Duke Energy come out and they looked at the box and they're like, oh yeah, no, it's the box issue. There's some kind of a neutral connection somewhere in that box that's not right. It's loose or something, and it causes these brownouts every single day. But I actually got it captured here, and you see it happened here at 10:22 yesterday morning. It happened at 11:03, and then it happened at 4 o'clock, 4:60 at 4 o'clock, and then it happened at 10 o'clock. Is that what 10 o'clock is? Yeah, I think something like that. So that's what it did yesterday and did this morning. I had it on the video, but I didn't do nothing with it. It is 11 o'clock. Yeah, it doesn't show it here. Yeah. But it did kick off. I did kick into the battery mode this morning around this time. Just didn't show it. Yeah, I don't show it here. I have it on video. I just didn't post the video. It's between here. It's about in this area. Yeah, the battery power kicked on. So let's go into. Yep, it just don't show here. So yeah, maybe it's not up to date yet or something. I'm not sure. But that's what it is. So, and another thing too, me and the owner was talking about is when you drive down Lafayette, heading north, heading this way on Lafayette, as soon as you pass that house right there, right at that telephone pole, right where that car is right about now, if you look up towards the building to the roof, you see my solar panels. And you don't know they're there unless you're looking for them. Somebody complained somewhere about them. And although code enforcement couldn't do nothing about it, but his insurance, that's what was all about, the insurance, I think. Property taxes, stuff like that going up or something. They weren't permanently mounted, but no one knows that. They just see solar panels up there and you assume that they were mounted to the roof, but they wasn't. I just had them on their sandbags and stuff like that. So it is what it is. So I do possibly have a way to put them up on that roof. Now, I can't lay these panels flat like they are now, but lay them down flat. I have no way to hold him down on the roof. You know what I'm saying? I could probably put a couple cinder blocks up there on a couple of those pads and take a chain or something, wrap it around there so when it does blow up, it's not going to whatever. But I think I'm going with those flexible panels. I get them really cheap on Amazon, although that the reviews on them are pretty, they're hit and miss. So what I'm thinking, can get me a panel. I can't do it to this screen because it's not my screen, so I have to go down and buy me another screen. But I can mount it to the screen. And so it'll be facing outside, mounted to the screen on both of these. And it will let light in. Look at her, ain't she so pretty? And we'll let light in, but be act as a curtain, because I don't have curtains. And hopefully, the sun gets up in this area in midday, and hopefully that will produce. Or I can take the panels and glue them down to a piece of plywood, a 4x8 plywood. And what that would do is I can get two panels, roughly I can get two panels on a piece of plywood. Glue the panels down to the plywood, and I have enough room on the top and bottom to stick a sandbag on, because it'd be flush with the roof. So the chances of wind getting underneath there and pulling it up, it's, how likely not to be a really strong wind. But if I have a sandbag on them, yeah, chances that's virtually impossible. It's going to have to be like a tornado type thing. If I set them flat on that roof, you are not going to see them at all. And then that's a choice that we was talking about, and he's okay with that as long as you just don't see them. Ones I had before, you could see them. And I can't get the angle that we need, because if I get the angle, you're going to see them from the road. And, that's something we just don't want. So that's another opportunity. I can get 6 of those 100 watt panels for like $157. It's really dirt cheap. But it is it is not a name brand panel. And then you go and look at the reviews. Most of the reviews are that the clear coating is peeling off after 6 months, that there's burn marks on it, stuff like that. And some of them report that on these particular panels, they don't produce. See, this one's loved on. They don't produce what they advertise, or they might produce what they advertise, and after so many months they quit producing it. That could be angle of the sun, could be how they're put up there. I mean, that could be different things. I do look at that stuff, but the clear coat peeling off is the one that really gets me. So I really don't know what I'm doing yet. I just don't have no solar. So if I have to charge, And right now I can just charge it off the grid, no big deal. Everything's off the grid right now. So I did use this the other day. I put everything back together because walking through my front room and not hearing that fan, it's not too loud, but it's just that noise, especially when you go in the bathroom at night. It's nice and just that noise. And I was walking through here and I hear that noise. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh yeah, I took that stuff apart. So this is just a UPS system right now. No solar, not even running off the batteries. You've seen the chart. So I'm going to charge that. I'm going to mess with that today. I'm going to fire up my generator, and I'm going to charge this with the battery charger from the generator and just see how long it takes and all that stuff. And kind of give me a feel how long, if I do need to charge the system, how long it would take. But that's about it, guys. So you have a great day.